Welcome, everyone. So, the monsoon season brings beautiful rain, cooler temps, and, a much needed break from the heat. But behind all that refreshing weather, it actually turns our kitchens into this invisible biological battleground. Today in this explainer, we're going to look at the very real food safety risks that wash in with the rain and exactly how you can protect your food, your health, and, of course, your family.
Now, you might be wondering, why exactly does the rainy season make our foods suddenly turn against us? Well, the answer is literally just moisture. When the humidity in the air spikes to those incredibly high levels, it basically creates the ultimate favorable condition for microscopic pathogens and all their carriers to just go wild and breed. Without us even realizing it, that dampness allows fungi and microbes to multiply like crazy, turning our fresh, delicious perishable items into absolute health hazards. Okay, let's dive into this. We've got a clear, structured survival guide for you today. We'll start with the monsoon threat itself, then move into personal and kitchen hygiene, followed by safe food preparation, and finally, smart food storage so nothing goes to waste.
All right, part one, the monsoon threat. This is the invisible biological warfare happening right in your kitchen. High humidity and dampness essentially act as an incubator, creating the absolute perfect breeding ground for microbes.
To really understand the severity here, listen to this direct quote from the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. They're the apex food regulator under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. They state plainly, the risk of diseases rise during rainy season. So this establishes right out of the date that we aren't just talking about a minor inconvenience like spoiled food. This is a recognized, serious public health issue. Food is actually one of the primary causes of infectious diseases during the rains. And this brilliantly illustrates what we are up against, a literal microscopic army. We're talking about food poisoning from E. coli, Salmonella, and other contaminants that just skyrocket when it rains. Fruits and veggies are super susceptible to fungi and molds. And look, when food gets contaminated, it can lead directly to severe gastrointestinal infections like dysentery, diarrhea, and cholera. It's a relentless force, and honestly, they thrive on our neglected food. Moving right along to part two. Personal and kitchen hygiene. This is your first line of defense. We know what the problem is, so let's rapidly arm ourselves with the solutions. So here is your kitchen cleanup protocol. First up, you absolutely must wash and sanitize all surfaces and equipment with a good disinfectant before and after preparing food. Second, it's highly recommended to wash your kitchen floors with hot water and disinfectant. And third, now this one is so often overlooked, you need to defrost and clean your fridge inside out every 2 weeks. Why? Well, because tiny sticky food particles get stuck in the corners of our refrigerators. And during the monsoon, those little sticky spots become prime breeding places for fungus and harmful germs. So, hot water and regular defrosting, absolutely crucial. Next up, let's look at your personal armor. Really good personal hygiene can outright prevent food poisoning. Always wash your hands with soap and clean, potable water before and after handling food. Keep those nails short and clean, and make sure your hair is neatly tied back. Oh, and wear clean clothes, preferably a cotton apron. But wait, here is a surprising but super important rule we almost all forget. Absolutely no gadgets while cooking. Do not use your phones or the TV remote. Cell phones often carry more bacteria than a toilet seat, which makes them literal magnets for germs. Handling them while you're cooking completely defeats the entire purpose of washing your hands in the first place. Okay, part three, safe food preparation. How do we actually go about cooking consciously in this damp season? When you're deciding what to eat, the contrast between safe choices and danger zones is vital. Your safe choices are fresh, home-cooked food, boiled or filtered water, and if you really want a salad, it must be steamed. The danger zones? Pre-cut street food, raw salads, and deep-fried outside food. Why, you ask? Well, most street food is prepared in open areas, very often near open drainage, so there is a massive risk of contamination from rainwater and pathogenic bacteria, which easily causes dysentery. Just avoid cold food, avoid eating out where you can't verify the hygiene, and whatever you do, never eat pre-cut fruits that have been left out in the open. So the crucial point is this highly actionable tip for your greens. Wash all green leafy vegetables with salt water before you cook them. It's just one simple extra step, but that salt water helps completely clear out the germs that cling to the leaves during this humid season. Let's rapid fire through some core monsoon cooking rules. Use clean, potable water for cooking. Cook your food well and slow. Slow cooking ensures all parts of the food reach a safe temperature to actually kill off those microbes. Also, try to cook in smaller amounts so you can eat the freshly cooked food immediately, which stops leftovers from sitting around gathering moisture. Oh, and a specific note on bakery products. They are incredibly susceptible to mold, so consume them the second they are taken out of their airtight packets.
Let's move to part 4 and see how this builds into our final section, smart food storage, securing your supplies against the dampness. Because, let's face it, even if you cook perfectly, improper storage will undo all your hard work. To strategically manage your fridge, just follow a few key rules. For fruits and raw veggies, after you wash them with clean water, you must dry them thoroughly. Then, store them in paper bags or a clean cloth in separate sections of the fridge. For raw meat and eggs, keep them strictly away from the rest of the food to prevent cross-contamination. And for any leftovers you do happen to have, cover them really carefully and refrigerate them ASAP. Since mold survives on moisture in the environment, refrigeration significantly cuts down the risk of spoilage. Just make sure to heat those leftovers properly before you actually eat them. But here is a major warning for you. Do not overfill your refrigerator. Seriously, an overstuffed fridge is a dangerous fridge. We all tend to stuff our fridges to the brim, but overfilling it actually blocks the cool air from circulating. Storing your food in different compartments with adequate space helps the air circulate well, and that is exactly what increases the shelf life of your food and stops fresh produce from rotting. When it comes to your uncooked ingredients, remember that moisture is the absolute enemy here. Store your raw ingredients in a dry, safe area completely away from moisture. A simple, highly effective defensive tactic here is to just avoid buying in large quantities during the monsoon season. Doing smaller grocery hauls means your food spends way less time sitting in storage, which completely minimizes the risk of fungus and dampness taking over.
So, to wrap up our explainer today, keep this thought in mind. Good hygiene and conscious cooking are your best umbrella against monsoon diseases. We've covered the threats, from E. coli to fungi. We've established a clean perimeter by sanitizing surfaces and banning those dirty gadgets from the kitchen. We've changed our cooking habits to slow, fresh preparation. And we've organized our fridges to maximize airflow. You now have the exact tools and guidelines required to protect your family's health during the rainy season.
Which leaves us with one final incredibly important question for you to answer today. Is your kitchen actually ready to weather the storm this season? Go ahead, take a look at your fridge right now. Are you harboring invisible threats? Start applying these FSSA guidelines today. Stay safe out there, and thanks for exploring this topic with us.